Let's talk about it. So I've been out here doing Amazon Flex, DoorDash, Walmart Spark, and baby, let me tell you, this gig work life is getting out of hand. You hear me? In 2025, drivers are quitting left and right, and honestly, I do not blame them. The apps are doing the most, the pay is going down, and honestly, I'm feeling very disposable. So in this video, I'm breaking down why so many people are giving up the hustle and whether or not I'm thinking about doing the same. Y'all, we made it through the week. It is Friday. I'm currently up getting ready to go out here and do some school shopping for my 14-year-old because they start school this week, my 14-year-old and my 18-year-old. But enough about all that. Let's get in.
Yeah, let's stop it there. She just said something that went over a lot of y'all head. She going school shopping for her 14-year-old. The 18-year-old got to buy his own clothes. Y'all remember the other night we had the woman up here that was saying that the boy was like 16, 17. He got to buy his own school clothes. After a while, you get aged out. Mama ain't buying you nothing.
Man, welcome to the hood, my baby. And 18 at the latest. Yeah, shoot. Let your mama find out you like a girl or something. Now you on your own. Are you grown? You trying to hunch? You got to fend for yourself. And these sisters got this whole gig market all discombobulated. She out here talking about she see drivers quitting. She feel expendable. Neither one of those things are true. You can't quit something that you never got hired to do.
I was about to hit on that. I mean, you could simply just stop going on the app, delete the app off your phone, maybe.
That's it. If I wanted to be an Uber driver, I could drive today, not drive for a year, go back on, and they ain't gonna be like, oh, you a no call, no show. It ain't that, Boquisha. And you are extraordinarily expendable. Hence why they keep dropping the rates. So you don't feel expendable. You are acknowledged that you are.
And I'll get you in, Sister Ebony. I would say the reason why they are expendable is because they all started doing this at the same time. It's just way too many people doing it, like Bonquisha and them, and it's not enough people ordering. So what you got, Emily?
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought all the Uber Eats and the Lyft and all that was it. Like she said, it's a hustle. I don't think it was ever meant to be like full time where you can raise a family off of it and right off in the sunset. It's supposed to be a hustle, stack your money, do something and move on to the next. This was never supposed to be the end all be all. So the fact that she's going through those hurdles now, it just explains like this is temporary. You have to come figure something else out. Like this can't be it. So
you gotta find a way to maximize efficiency. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be out here in a Ford Explorer with a V6 out here trying to make $3 deliveries. You need to be in you a 3-cylinder Geo Metro. You know what I'm saying? Where it's gonna cost you $15 to drive all day long. You can make $100 and spend $15 in gas. But you see this vehicle, they ain't living like that.
Into this gig work life, because with this gig work life is always some problems. So let's be real. The money ain't what it used to be. I'm gonna be real with y'all. The money ain't what it used to be. And I don't know if it's because it's oversaturated with when these different apps come out, it's just oversaturated. Everybody doing like gig work thing, whether it be DoorDash, Amazon Flex, Walmart Spark, it's oversaturated for real. Some days you just out here for 4, 5, 6 hours and you making anywhere from $30 to $40. And that's for 4, 5, 6 hours, you only making $30 to $40. That's really not no money.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Hey, Ish, you out there for, let's just say 6 hours and you make $40, Bonquisha. What's that, people? That $7.50 an hour? Roundabout, maybe give or take. So, and plus gas, plus the wear and tear on the car and all that, you ain't make much.
If you only made a little churty, some $40, I hope you only spent like $5, $7 in fuel. You see what I mean? Like, it's something got to make some sense because you can't be out here ripping and running in a 6-cylinder, like y'all say, Challengers and Chargers. Y'all literally can be working at a deficit. Right. Depending on the big people, they really don't think like you can be. If you out here thinking you about to go Uber eat in a Hellcat, but for real, you gonna be paying to work.
Can I tell y'all a story? One time I went to go hustle, right? I was trying to go hustle. I walked into a place with $80. I walked out of the place with $0. Okay. Everybody was hustling me. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what Lyft is doing to all of these people because it isn't a job for you to retire from or really take care of your family. It's to make them money. They're promising people that their groceries will be delivered. They don't give a damn who does it.
Right. Yeah.
But you better return that Lyft light and you better return those DoorDash bags or they might take them out of your check. So it might not just be deleting an app off of your phone, you know?
You gotta take all your, I be sitting in the car, you gotta take your lights back. Like I quit. Where you gonna take them to?
Like the distributor, you know, like when you turn your cable off and you have to bring the box back to a drop-off location, that I'm sure they have plenty of drop-off locations.
Please.
Yeah, there's always a hub in virtually every city. You're gonna have a few hubs for, but here we are. She's saying she thinks that it's oversaturated. No, it is. And then you got people online making videos lying to people. So there are people making YouTubes and TikToks. Look, I made $800 in 6 hours. That's all I did. It's easy. And everybody like, well, hell, let me try.
And it's a gimmick. You want to know why? Shout out to Pittsburgh. I done seen the hoopla. You have weekends in the summertime with events going on. You probably could go out and do Uber or Lyft and make $500, $600, $700 in that weekend, something like that. Maybe even $1,000 in a weekend or more. But it's like I said, events. You got, baseball, football games, concerts, and the bars is open. And yeah, but I don't understand this Uber Eats and that hustle. Like you said, they actually getting hustled with that. I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, and I mean, I just gotta say it, you guys, because it just keeps staring at me. Where are her eyebrows? It just looks like somebody nared them off. Who was talking about nair a few minutes ago?
Is that makeup? See, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but since you did, is that makeup? Did she got a little makeup in this cover?
I don't know if they're there. I don't know if she took a gray pencil and penciled them in, and I'm trying to figure out the hair, and I don't know what's going on. Something is going on. Hopefully when she delivers those bags and those lights back, they'll give her eyebrows back. So
there we go. I was gonna say the majority of these women coming up here complaining are unsightly, blowed out. If y'all were fit, feminine, and friendly, you probably would be at home being taken care of by a resourceful man. But no, you got to go get it out the mud with the men.
There you go. Come on, man. Men are men. You door dashing or Uber eating or Ubering, and you fit, feminine, and looking like something. Men don't play. They gonna talk to you. What you doing? Why you doing this? Who you is? What your number is? What you doing
I'm
later?
telling you, I would have a strategy. I'd be trying to work in the most expensive areas, delivering anyone that's living in a condo in Buckhead. I'm a single lady. I have your Thai food. Let me knock on his door until he comes and picks up his food.
Have a whole gimmick. I will have a whole dang your uniform, all that.
Or just a trench coat. Just a trench coat. You got to get them on the line.
Okay, here we go.
No money. And you using your own car, gas, and wear and tear for what? And Walmart Spark ain't hitting like it used to. It really ain't. And y'all know how it is. When I did that 6 a.m. on a Monday doing Walmart Spark, I was out there for hours, really out there for a couple of hours before I really got my first order. And on a Monday, it just ain't hitting like it used to be. It's not hitting like it used to be. DoorDash ain't hitting like it used to be. And they just want you to do so much for so little. That's what I'm trying to get. Why? Y'all want us to do so much.
So, shout out to Pops from Friday. The word of the day, J-O-B. Why not just go get a job? Seriously, if you're talking about I'm going out here for 6 hours making $40, why wouldn't you go work for Amazon or Chick-fil-A and make $17, $18, $20 an hour? You'd be making $150, $200 a day at a job. Why do y'all got so much pride? Because y'all don't want to go in somewhere and have somebody tell y'all what to do. People have become so ornery. They think they became free with these gigs. Now can't nobody tell them nothing.
Terrible. They think they really boss and CEOs, and that just ain't true. That's you hit the nail on the head. Hubris and pride. You can't tell me what to do. You're not going to be able to instruct me. I dig that. I dig that sentiment. Now, Bonquisha, can you instruct yourself? Huh? Can you keep track of your own time? Can you self-motivate without somebody micromanaging you? Survey says nope. That's why these gigs ain't working for them. Because if they really was walking it like they talking it, they would be out there all night long into that munyon. Make it work. Sacrifice. Sleep in your trunk. Figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Walker's right, and just what everybody else has says, like, you have to figure it out. Like, there's no way I would be doing anything for making $40 for the whole entire day. Like, there's so many other things that you can be doing with your time. I
Exactly.
mean, yeah.
If that is what the job is paying, then I'm definitely going to find another job. There's no way I'm working for that. And plus, like, where's the dental? Where's the health? Like, you got to want more for yourself.
They don't want to work.
This should be a bump in the road. Like, if I lost my job, if somebody said tomorrow we can't go to work and I had to go and do this because I have to have my nails done or something like that, listen, I'm not too good to DoorDash or Lyft or Uber people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's not a career. We shouldn't be trying to do this for years.
And you're going to make the most out of it. And you're not going to waste your time.
Right.
And I was going to say this to what Raquel just said. What about the dental? Most of these people are at the same time, they are still on government assistance. So this woman still get food stamps. She still get Medicaid. She probably still get Section 8, all that.
So maybe what they're just doing is staying at that, right at that limit, because if they go over, they're not going to qualify for the stimulus package. So they're doing whatever just to stay afloat and still get the stimulus package.
Exactly. And like we talked about last time, they're not reporting these earnings.
Right.
So yeah, they, as far as Big Daddy government, no, they completely unemployed for the most part. So, but they lazy. They simply not putting in the work. Like Mr. X said, you got kids, you're going to go ahead and do what you got to do, especially in jobs is hiring every freaking where. And they just they want to sit in the comfort of their air-conditioned car by themselves, doom scrolling on their phone. Tell the truth. They lazy.
For so little. And then you have the customers that want you to do so much for so little, complain about every little thing, where at the end of the day, you can get your behind out there and get your own stuff. And then let's not get on to the hidden tips. We ain't gonna get on to that, to the tip baiters who will be like, oh, we'll give you this so and so much money. And then next thing you know, they take their tip back. Because really, who got time for that? Y'all, they need to do it wherein y'all pay, you put y'all tip up front and y'all can't take y'all tip back. Because Walmart, Spark is notorious for tip baiting. They're notorious for tip baiting, for real. It's just like they're playing with us. And as a gig worker, nobody really got time for that. People have families to feed. People have real life bills. Whoa. And people are tired of it, and they not playing.
I'll say this. Yeah, it's wild. Tip baiting, tip drill, Lakers in 5. But I will say that's egregious for somebody to put the tip on the app. So they get the thing, and it's like it's a $5, trip plus a $5 tip. And then they get done to ride, and the $5 tip is gone. That's wild.
See, $5, that hurt, but a dub, see, that'd kind of be the tip baiting I do. I'm going to really reel you in. Yeah, I got $20, you deliver this. I'm rich. As soon as you come, I got $1.25. That's ignorant.
And nobody's twisting your arm to stay working these jobs. If it's not working out, then it's just not working out. Like, nobody said you had to work there. Like, go figure something else out. And
you could be a shampoo girl working in a salon downtown Atlanta and make more than $40 a day. If I just had to get it out the mud, I'd have to hit the salons. I'd have to hit the nail salons, the barbershops. I used to work at a barbershop. Y'all need somebody to sweep some hair or run y'all register? I'll do it. They love that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen here. I know how she can make $40, 40 to 60 in about 20 minutes. Hell.
I got $40. $40 today. And if you nasty, I'll throw in 60. If you nasty.
Yeah. So yeah, she can easily make $60. I don't know why she's sitting in that car all day.
Yeah, she done with $30 for 5 hours. We can cut that time down to a fraction and double your income. Shoot, that's like an infomercial.
No more. They're really not playing no more. You out here worrying about your customer rating, delivery times, the GPS glitches, because that's steady glitching. That's steady, the GPS, especially with Amazon Flex. The GPS steady glitching. I steady have to use my own GPS for my phone. And now folks getting deactivated left and right. You might as well go back to a regular 9 to 5 to deal with that. If it's going to be the same when it comes to the gig work. Anxiety is real every time I open the apps. It's very real. That's just the part I don't tell y'all. And then you're wondering, did I mess up or did somebody lie on me? Because a lot of times these customers be lying just to either get something free or to mess you up. And at the end of the day, we ain't employees, but they treat us like we owe them everything. And I'm trying to figure that out. I don't understand that. Because at the end of the day, I don't owe you nothing. I'm just here to do something that I signed up to do. And that's either deliver groceries to somebody's house or pick up somebody's food and drop it off. I'm not an employee. I'm just doing something that I signed up to do on the side. And I expect to get paid for it. That's all.
Yeah, no, you expect to get rich. Y'all expect to make out like the fat cat. You say something I signed up for. Y'all are being compensated. You just don't like it. Go do something else. It's not a job, like you said.
I could see inside Bonquisha's mind. I really can. Bonquisha want to go out on Monday, make $450. Don't go out Tuesday. Go make a little 300 on Wednesday. You know what I mean? Be up in the air, whether go out on the weekend. She want to have it her way. And in the beginning, for what we are picking up, a lot of these gig workers was having it their way. But competition started increasing. Demand started to, level off. And the supply of drivers start to increase at an increasing rate. And now fares just kept going down and down and down. And I believe the only way these gig workers could have stayed competitive, adapt, adjust. Shout out to Miss Raquel Rose. She pinpointed, come up with a system. Don't go out saying I'm about to just turn on my app and see what happened. Have a set destination where you're going to go and where you're going to work. Don't be out here all willy-nilly.
And I'll say this, one thing we know is a lot of these gig apps are collapsing. So most people don't have the money, the economy. Most people don't have the money to order. When you do see people ordering, it's a lot of promotional stuff going on to where these gig apps are offering free deliveries to people. Oh, free delivery, free this, everything's becoming free this, free that. And people will only do it if it's something free. So who at the bottom? The driver. So if they offering all this free stuff to the customer so they can get comfortable, they're gonna say, hey, your next 3 orders are free, and I want to get you hooked on the app so you can continue to order. But the person at the bottom get the short end of the stick.
Yeah, and she's here to do a service. Anybody who's in this line of work or in this gig work, you're here to do a service for people, just like any other job where you get tips, whether you're a waiter or a waitress or whatever. You're here to do a service. And by you getting online and complaining about how you're not getting money and how people don't tip you and all that stuff, what makes you think that anytime somebody orders something and sees your picture pop up, that they're going to start doing it now because you're complaining about it? So you're kind of drowning yourself with making this video and talking about it like this. So yeah, I don't know what her whole objective was, but good luck to her.
Come up here and rant. But also in the summertime, it's an influx with drivers because of teachers. Summertime, when teachers ain't got to teach, they go out there and they flood the roads. So that's another factor too for these gig workers.
Yeah.
A lot.
And that's for only what? $80 on a good day. And back in the day, you could log in and get straight to work. Now, you sit there, you wait, you refresh, nothing. It's nothing. They oversaturated these apps, but didn't increase the demand. I don't understand that. I'm trying to figure that out. It's giving fight for scraps. That's what it's giving. And at the end of the day, we still out here trying to feed our families just like anybody else. Like, these side apps is some people full-time jobs.
I think us black folks, we need to really start taking like economic classes and stuff. What business in the world will say to themselves, let me figure out a way to pay, this ain't even employees in this case, let's just figure out a way to give all the money away and we make no money at all. It don't work like that.
Thank you. You know what? I'm going to be a little transparent here. A lot of times I'm stuck in my own head and I'm baffled at these statements as well. But, you know, even though I was an athlete first in college, I majored in business, a business associate, whatever. I don't know. But I learned about
business administration.
There you go. Business administration. Yeah, I wasn't that best good of a student. But in microeconomics, micro and macro, nonprofit, things like that, I paid attention. I listened to business strategy. And like Mr. X just said, we need to become more educated on how this machine works, because what she said made no sense. She answered her own questions. She said, don't they understand that people are using these side gig jobs for full-time employment? Hence the problem. What are you talking about?
Because this all they got or no. And yes, this is what we signed up for, but we also didn't sign up to get treated like crap. We didn't do that. And people are just tired. You know what I'm saying? People are tired. This ain't side money no more. This is just basically survival. That's what this is. Because you're in survival mode because you don't know if you're going to get deactivated tomorrow. Or if, you know what I'm saying? If you open up the app and it's there, you don't know that. And if you get deactivated, you done. No appeal, no conversation. You just locked out with a lot of these apps. You see folks quitting on TikTok, Reddit, YouTube saying I'm done. And I'm not quitting today, but I understand. I totally understand why people are. It's just basically the hustle ain't what it used to be. And if you out here still grinding, drop a comment below and let me know what's keeping you going. I tell y'all, we got to look out for each other because these apps ain't going to look out for us. We have to look out for each other because these apps don't care. They're there to make money just like you are there to make money. And if you're thinking about quitting or you already did, tell us what made you walk away.
Man, listen, this woman is like Captain Obvious. Like, this is crazy. These apps, of course, they trying to make money and pay y'all as little as possible. And like she said, they'll deactivate you if you become too good. They like, this person over here got a good system. We paying them too much. Get rid of the account. That's possible. It's unfortunate.
It is. With the growth that these apps have had, guarantee you they weren't doing that in the beginning. But now, yeah, they do that. See, they do that in the real job industry, ladies, right? If you've been there too long, they're like, you a senior, whatever.
Bloomingdale's did it to me. Love the company still to this day. Bloomingdale's, if you ever need a sponsor, I'm here for you. But
See?
yeah, I got up too high and they were like, you know what? You maxed out on pay. You got dental and health, and we can't afford to pay you anymore. We can hire people to do your job for less money. That's what my boss ended up pulling me to the side. He's like, it's not personal, Raquel. This is a business decision. This is why they're cutting you and your job.
And a lot of these jobs, you know, you are expendable. Like at any time they can fire you and they can reclassify your job and you're out of there. So, you know, when you're in this line of work and doing those things, always have an exit strategy. Always be thinking ahead of you know, for the next thing, what you're going to do next, because these jobs, you are replaceable. And, you know, we see it all the time. So just have a plan, like set something up. If you're going to do gig work, do it. Set a goal. Okay, when I make 10 bands, I can pay off my car and I can do this, and I'm going to go on to the next thing, but it's not supposed to be your permanent job. So,
and yeah, I would say, what's the overarching theme here? A lot of these women are single moms, you know, and that's
Right.
what we're talking about. This should not be a thing. We got to learn how to work with a man, ladies. Get on
Right.
his program, and I promise you, this is not life. This ain't it.
At all, because your anxiety becomes his anxiety.
Right.
That's the power, and I guess the curse of being interdependent. You know, ain't no way in heck I could be all good spirits and happy and my woman ain't, and vice versa. So
Yeah.
you go to your man with problems and y'all gonna work it out and come up with a solution. But she just
But
beat her head
I
off the wall.
learned that you shouldn't bring your husband a lot of problems, you
Mhm.
know, and if it, you know, because me not having a job, it put more stress on him. You
Right.
know, so that's kind of what motivated me to take a career more seriously. So the least I could do was go somewhere and work 8 hours to contribute to what we got going on. And I just kept building on that. Like, no woman wants to work. But again, I'm not a Paris Hilton. My daddy doesn't own all of the hotels around the world, you know, so I need to pitch in. And the way that they say this 50-50, y'all, we need to make people stop saying 50-50. It's not 50-50. You bring 100 and that person brings 100.
Mhm.
Period. And
Yep.
if you ain't got your 100, then you need to go find the difference out there. So you got 40, you looking for a ninja with 60, and you need to stop your shit, girl. Like,
Well, here we go.
I'm sick of them.
I'll tell you what. I know a ninja that got 100. Here we go.
This right here will get me some tea tonight. But I don't want it. Not for this. Not with this. Fuck that. I don't want no pussy with this. This right here is paper. You want to? That's my rent. Hold on.
Yeah, ninja. Yeah, I was about to say tear it up in little pieces. Yeah, set it on fire.
This
Go.
right here.
Do it.
This right here.
Do it.
This right here